Have you ever wondered how someone on a fixed income of just $1,200 a month can not only survive, but actually find moments of joy, warmth, and freedom to breathe easy? In this video, I'll take you behind the door of my little gray shingled home in Maine and show you the simple, everyday tricks I've learned over decades to keep my lights on, my belly full, and my heart happy. From clever heating hacks that shave hundreds off my winter bills to hearty meals made from bargain bin finds, you'll discover that living well on a shoestring isn't a fantasy. It's an art you can learn. Stay with me, and by the end, you'll see that a modest budget doesn't have to mean a modest life. I've lived here all my life, and now, in retirement, I live on a $1,200 monthly pension. It might not sound like much, right? But you know what? I manage just fine. Not luxuriously, but comfortably. And I want to share with you how I do it, so that if you're living on a similar budget, or even less, you know you're not alone. I'm no financial wizard. I'm just an old man who's weathered a few brutal winters, battled through illness, and spent many dinners on nothing more than bread and soup. Over time, I've learned to slow down, spend intentionally, and focus on what truly matters. Today, I want to pass that along to you in the most sincere and everyday way I know. Fixed costs, $700 per month. I'm fortunate that I paid off my mortgage back in 2001. My little gray shingled house with its slightly sagging roof has been my home for over 40 years. But owning it outright doesn't mean expenses disappear. I still pay property taxes, homeowners insurance, electricity, water, and heating, especially important up here in Maine. My taxes and insurance run about $200 a month. Electricity and water cost around $100. I subscribe to the cheapest combined internet and mobile plan for about $60. But the biggest chunk is heating. Come winter, I spend roughly $250 each month just to keep warm. Over the years, I've picked up a few saving tricks. I set the thermostat on a schedule, from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., then turn it down, relying on an electric blanket at night. I heat one room at a time, only where I'm sitting or sleeping, instead of warming the whole house. I use draft stoppers on doors, pile on thick quilts, and wear a heavy wool sweater rather than cranking the heat high. These small habits, timed heating, layered blankets, and a mug of hot tea before bed, have saved me hundreds of dollars monthly. It's not about being stingy, but about staying warm enough, not turning my home into an oven. Food. $250 per month, I rarely eat out. First, I can't afford it. Second, I love cooking. My kitchen always smells of fried onions and black pepper. I keep meals simple. Oatmeal for breakfast, boiled eggs, rice with beans, and steamed vegetables. Nothing fancy, but healthy. Once a week, I shop at the local discount grocery. I always bring a list and stick to it. I buy sale items, bulk pack them, and freeze in portions. Frozen vegetables are my best friend. They're cheap and full of nutrients. I make a big pot of soup every weekend, lentil, chicken, or potato, and divide it into small containers. Paired with whole grain bread, it's a warming dinner. I savor each spoonful, especially on a chilly evening by the window. When my granddaughter visited, she asked, "Grandpa, why do you eat so plain?" I laughed and said, "This isn't plain. This is how I eat right. Just enough, just healthy, and never wasting a crumb." Healthcare, $100 per month. Old age and medications go hand in hand. I have Medicare, but I pay an extra premium for a Medicare supplement plan, about $60 to $70 a month. I also purchase vitamins like D and omega-3 and the occasional cold medicine. Altogether, it's about $100 per month. Not too much, not too little, just enough to give me peace of mind. I attend regular checkups at the community health center, where the staff knows me by name and remembers I take my black coffee without sugar. At my age, health is priceless. I don't mind spending a little to keep it. Personal and household items, $100 per month. This category covers the small but real expenses: warm socks, soap, shampoo, toilet paper, toothbrushes. Sometimes I find a thrift store sweater for $3. I love wandering the local flea market on weekends with a $20 bill in my pocket, patting my way through stalls of vintage odds and ends. One year, I scored a nearly new wool cap for $5. I wore it all winter. I'm not chasing brands. I prefer simple, clean, functional items. And nothing beats the thrill of a good bargain. Personal treats and emergency fund, $50 per month. Finally, I set aside $50 each month for small joys. Just for me. Sometimes it's a small bouquet of kitchen flowers, yellow and orange blooms that bring sunshine indoors. Sometimes it's an apple pie from the local bakery, or an old bird-watching book on sale I read during a rainy afternoon. I also tuck a bit into a small tin, my emergency fund for when a pipe leaks or a light bulb needs replacing. Joy doesn't have to be expensive. A quiet afternoon with a good book by the window, knowing I have $50 for something kind, for myself or someone else, is enough. Conclusion: hope and gratitude, $1,200 a month isn't a fortune. But with a clear plan, I've found it's enough. No wealth, but no worry. I know many of you live on less. I know the fear of waking up and wondering if there's enough for heating or whether skipping a meal will buy medicine. But I also know this: living thoughtfully and living with gratitude can make it enough. If you're in my shoes, counting each dollar through the winter, my story is for you. You're not alone. Simple living is an art, and old age can be beautiful if you know how to live it. Thank you for sharing this time with me. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe to The Health Revival so we can share more warmth and care for seniors like us. May God bless you and your family. See you in the next video.